I was wearing my championship ring.
Oh, nice. Let's see it. What you remember?
Okay, sure too.
Other side. Left leg cat stance. So belly facing that way. Yeah, go like this. After you do the second outward block punch, your right foot steps up. Nice. And then these are the two sections that people often get a little mixed up. Nice. Good. And yeah. And then sweet. So that's pretty good. We need to focus on a couple little things, stances and angles. So I guess let's do a little short tube warm up. So when you're doing your blocks and your strikes, you want to think of your body frame. Your body frame is basically, imagine like a square or like a rectangle right in front of your body, kind of like protruding out. If I do a block, I want my block to stop a little bit past my shoulder, like pretty much I want my fist to be at my shoulder. If I block too far, then I'm just leaving myself too open. So go slide up. Let's slide up all the way up here so you can get a good view of the mirror. So you're gonna have to do all the stances today because I'm not gonna. So go from the fist and cover, step back with your left, and you're gonna go right inner block and then chop and cover hand. Yeah, that's it. It's almost like you're making an X. Inner block, chop, and then step back. Same thing, inner block, chop and cover. Good. You're gonna go cat stance. Nice. And then step to the left and a good front. Good. Yeah. And bring this outward block up a little more. You want your bicep to be parallel to the floor. Boom. And then the other side, cat stance. And then step out. Yeah, that's it. Very good stance. Let's go, man. Bring that fist a little lower down. Remember the center line. And Superman chest it out a little bit more. Yeah, when you're doing this move, it's weird because everything's forwards, but you still gotta like pull it back a bit. Now your right foot, imagine somebody's coming at you with an attack from behind. You don't want to step towards it, especially if you're blind to it. So your right foot steps towards the front.
Oh, like in the short one.
Exactly. And then from here, cup and saucer, there's a little, so just step into it and go rising block. And it's middle knuckle, but you can kind of roll that. It's either middle knuckle or it's hammer fist. For forms, let's do a hammer fist. So you're gonna go here. As the rising block comes up, it's almost gonna start like an inward block, and you're gonna pivot on the elbow. Boom, like that. Yeah, and then cat stance to the other side. Wait, do that again. From the here. Boom. Yeah, that's it. And now watch my hands when I go. I go here, and this almost rolls. Boom, like that. Yeah, that's it. And then cat stance towards the back left corner. These last two sections, if you had to relate them to techniques that you know, what would they be?
They'd be equal column blocking the kick.
Good. Sort of, almost. It's blocking the kick, so you do downward block, and then step through palm into a neutral stance, and then the other side, cat stance, step out, horse stance, downward block, step through palms, and then this, you go cat stance. This is basically traditional windmill guard. It's parry outward, except it's inward block, and then, yeah, make it an extended outward, so you're good. Make that to the corner, too. So body angle that way. So extend it out. Yeah, and that's a half fist. You got slide up with your left, right inward block, and make that inward block come down a little bit, like that. Yeah, and then step out, extend it out. Good, keep that outward block tight. And make this an extended outward block, so your pinky's out like that. And then, boom, yep, and have the half fist go in front. Kind of like when we do the second section where you go outward block punch. Yeah, much better. And then finish up. Sweet. Yeah. So think, I mean, that first corner pass, because the last two moves we're doing the corners. You're going back corners, front corners. Downward block, palm, that's pretty self-explanatory. But the second one, like if you give me a right straight punch, I go inward block, and I'm checking it sideways and downwards like that. And then I'm pushing this out and hitting this in the throat like that. So try that on me. If I'm giving you a right punch to an inward block, and then you're pushing that, yeah. Have your other leg forward, so. Yeah, there you go. And then try the other side. So now this hand does the inward block. Boom. Yeah, that's it. Nice. The rest. So let's go ahead and go through that kata just one more time, because we're going to be able to go through that a lot. And of all your divisions, this one I am the least worried about, because as long as you have this well, it's just about doing good stances and blocks. So go from the beginning, mirror kick, short two, or stance. Remember, X, step forward, in, chops cover, good. And then the next one. Wait a second, what?
You said to step back real quick.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Step forwards on both of these.
I thought it was step forward.
Yeah, you got it. I get a little distracted from the knee pain sometimes. And then cat stance, slide back into it. Nice. Put more weight on the front of your foot. Yeah, the ball. Yeah, that's it. And then push your hips forwards. Good. Shoulders dropped. And then step to the side. Boom. Good. Get that arm up a little higher. There you go. Keep in mind, outward blocks, you're protecting, well, most times you're protecting your head. So you want your fist to be above your head, your elbow to be right at your collarbone. And then the other side, cat stance. And then step out. Boom. Yeah. I don't know why, but your right side stance is over here, like really clean. And then slide right foot up. Yep. And good. Do that again. Do it slow real quick. Let me see the roll action. So yeah, there you go. And make it so this is right on your center line. Boom. Yes. And then go to the other side or the other front. And then go for it. Yep. Boom. Now cat stance towards the back left corner. Whenever you're ready. Stance. Good. Really stick those stances. 1, 2, nice. And take your time on this last section. It should be like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then the other side. Cat stance. And nice. Discover. Good. Awesome. Do you need to get a sip of water or anything?
No.
Cool. The only thing I'll say about that kata, before you move on, is that it is a traditional kata. It's a newer traditional kata, which is like an oxymoron, but it's designed as it's designed as a training exercise. So when you're doing the moves, you don't need to like hit it fast. It's just working your form, like how I'm doing it. That's about how fast it should be. But we'll keep working on that. Go grab your. Let's run your creative one time, just to warm you up, and then we'll get your sword going.
All right.
Oh. Alright, that's it. Okay. So now, are we gonna be keeping the same music, or did you want to get like anything different?
We may get something different.
Okay. I mean, what's cool is that the music, as long as, I mean, most music is like 4 beats, 4 beats. So you can kind of, if you find a song you like, you could just do it. Like Princeton's demo team, I noticed, they don't even do their demo to music. Vince will just put on some dubstep song, and then they'll just perform. Like it's not at all
It
together.
has nothing with the music. It's just about the actual, here, this is what we're doing, and here's the music behind it.
Exactly. Which, I love Vince. I don't like that though, but it is what it is. But you can do that, and you won't get any deductions or anything. But let's see. was the last time we did a lesson?
Uh,
It came before Christmas.
it was before the tournament, before the black belt extravaganza, November.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because we had the last weekend of November. We had you know what I think was Thanksgiving weekend.
Wow.
Because
that's
we had
right.
Thanksgiving, black belt extravaganza. You know, you might have done it the day before black belt. You might have had one then.
I think it was definitely like right around there. We did have that. No, we did do it right before black belt because we had a lesson and then we had the group later on that day. So I was just looking. I was like, why is my Gavin Cooper music like at the bottom?
Way at the bottom.
Because then came around through there into winter break, and then we could.
No, you had the karate lesson for the black belt extravaganza practice was on the Sunday after Thanksgiving.
And that was this.
That was the 26th.
Oh yeah, that was the Sunday. Right.
It was the Sunday, right? Because the next Sunday was the 3rd. You may have had a lesson. It's not in my thing here. You may have had a lesson with.
That Saturday, maybe.
She may have had him here for a lesson after class.
Yeah.
That's a possibility. But then he had black belt. Then it was tournament, and he got hurt. The following weekend, we were like, you know, we had dance that weekend, Christmas, New Year's. It was. Last weekend we were supposed to be at a dance competition, but that got canceled because of the weather.
Oh, the storm.
Yeah, the last weekend storm screwed up. Was it last weekend? Today's what?
Last weekend we were gonna have a lesson, but I was.
Yes, you injured your knee.
Oh yeah. I gotta say, I don't know if I told you this, Gavin. I know I told you this. I was amazed by how fast you recovered from the tournament. Cause like when I saw you land on your ankle, I was like, oh no.
I remember you thought I was gonna be in like a boot for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, I like.
A lot of people did. That was the scary part.
Yeah, that was impressive though. Good, like, good muscles, man. All right, ready? Here we go.
Lots of milk.
I could definitely tell you were getting winded by the end there. But that was good. Good performance. Go ahead and grab your sword. I'll be thinking of some things to add in there. I definitely think we should start working more advanced kick passes. That's the main thing. Maybe a little bit more length on it. We'll work the rhythm. And overall, it's pretty good. Yeah, I'll come up with some new combos for that. The only things I would say about that, number one, like, the rhythm's important because you need to find places where you can stop and breathe. Because by the end, you're like, I could see the moment where you're like, oh, I forgot to breathe this whole time. That and just locking some of your strikes out more. Some of them were a little wiggly at the end, as opposed to like snapped. But we'll work on that. Sword will help that too. So go grab your sword. I want to add in some sheet work with your sword. So like, yeah. Let's see, this good. Because I know pretty much you just like bow, chop, draw, and then toss the sheet off to the side. I like to add some like a little bit of trad stuff where you're like, you know, yes, here, boom, turn, back, toss the side, like a little bit of that stuff, a
Like
little flavor.
yeah, like more interesting entrance.
Exactly, yeah. So let me see your sword form as it is now. We'll do it without the music. Nice. Relax the shoulders. There you go.
Judge Max Gun Cooper, the same microphone to let it begin.
Yes.
Lead judges. Yes. What? What? Yes. What? 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 Ah! Yes. What? Yes. What? What?
Good, keep going. Nice. Good, keep going. Don't worry about making so much sound on this one. Just worry about breathing and just keep it strong. Nice.
Not my best.
It's the first one of the year. It doesn't have to be. We still got 6 weeks. Alright. So let's add in a little bit to the intro. So go ahead and grab your sheath. Want to do the intro, and I think I want to focus. I mean, it's a good form. We'll just kind of add a few things in, like when you do the lift section. I want to make that like here, back of the hand, up, and then drop into it. We'll clean up some of the strikes, and then for the next tournament, I want to get you, maybe a toss spin catch. We'll see, but that would be good points. That, more kicks, and yeah, honestly, I think maybe get rid of, like, a little, like 10% less flash, and replace it with more like just sturdy basics. I think would do really well, especially with sword, because it's got such a traditional connotation. It's like when you think of a swordsman, you think accuracy, you think power, you think control. So we'll work on that. For now, though, let me see your intro. Right now, it's just chop, drop, draw. All right, so go ahead, reset there. So let's do this. Boom. Okay. You're gonna have to do most of this work. So ready? From the beginning, we're gonna bow. You're gonna step out. We'll chop. Yeah, straight sideways. So bow. You're gonna ridge hand, chop. You're gonna basically like smack, no, not yet, I'm sorry. Pull it in, shoot a side spear. As you do that, you're gonna drop into a left side bow. Yeah, like that. From here, you're gonna basically slap your leg and go palm up. So it's here. Yeah, and you're gonna slap like the side of it, like that. What does that represent?
There, since the judges are ready when you have your hand up like that.
Yes. Well, yeah, that's this part. The slap, though, is clearing your hakama. So, the long dress-like thing. But after you go for that side spear, when you do this, you're going to drop your knee to the ground. Yeah, you're going to do it fast. Like, you're going to... Yeah.
And so like this one here.
Smack. Yeah, like, when you do it, you want to just, like, boom, right away, like that.
Like I'm trying to have it up a bit so I don't like pin my knee down hard.
Well, it's fine. You could just, do it controlled, like, yeah, like that.
Do you need your arm to be straighter when you do that, or should there be that little bit of a bend in it?
Right here, yeah, you want a little bit of
Okay.
a bend. It should be like in, Do you know seiyunchin?
Uh,
That'd be another division we could start working trad forms at some point. Yeah.
wait,
More important.
seiyunchin, if I'm correct, it's the one that starts off like.
Yeah, right there, where you do this. Here, that's like what you're doing. It's kind of like man.
Here after it comes here.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about that.
Wait, do that last thing you just did again, Gavin.
What?
Do the last thing you just did again.
Seiyunchin. And then you do it 2 more times.
Yes.
Palm, roll, grab,
Yes.
counter chops.
Then it comes here.
Yep.
Do it. Then it comes up here. Spear, roll.
Circle to the power block.
Down.
Hammer.
Down. Circle here.
Yeah, you can probably do seiyunchin at the next tournament.
Down. And then from here it comes up like this. Down. Here. Here.
Yeah, do that again. It's left and then right.
That comes to this side. That comes right. Then after that it comes to
1, 2.
seiyunchin.
Pretty much. You got, I'd say, 85% of it. So.
Is that a traditional form?
Yeah, it's a trad form.
Absolutely.
So he could actually do that as a kata. Could he do that as a kata at the tournament if he worked on it?
Yeah, in the trad division, absolutely. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's. I think for black belt, if you're doing black belt forms, it might just be trad because all the Amerikick long one, short one, those are all trad forms technically. So.
They're like a modernized version of the trad form, like choreo is.
Yeah, exactly. So we can work on some. We can work on seiyunchin. We can do that next week and
Right.
like during. You know.
But even from the beginning of that, I was wondering if there's a way to tie that into his opening there, when like the little bit of the beginning. If he has the sword in his belt, or he has, the first couple moves of that, like the first probably like 2 or 3 moves of that could be part of his opening. I thought the way that tied into that.
Like the here, drop here. Yes. We could throw something like that in there. The only thing is just the belt would have the sheath would have to be attached to the belt, which wouldn't be great for the form. But let's see.
If his sheath was attached to his belt, he does the beat like the first couple moves of the form.
Well, what we could do is we could have, because the only reason I don't want the sheath attached to the belt for this form is because
it can flop around when I'm like all the rotations.
Yeah, for creative, when you're doing like jump spinning kicks and stuff, like it'll be an issue. If you're doing like a trad form for sword, where the most advanced, spin you're gonna do is like a
like Captain Down did this was the most advanced move.
Yeah, exactly.
But is there a way he could pull the sheath out of the belt at some point as part of the opening?
Oh yeah,
and tie that in, and then go, and because then he can put, if he has it sheathed on and attached to his belt when he does a little bit of the intro part of it, then he brings the sheath out as part of the removal with the sword, and then he could drop the sheath off to the side.
Yeah, we could do that, or even just like do that same section he did, but only one-handed. So. Yeah, we could throw some of that in there. So let's try that. So hold on to your sword. On the oh, that's right. Okay, so you're gonna hold the sword that side. Bow. Well, let me think about that for a minute. While I'm thinking of that and how to incorporate it, I want you to go like this. Practice from here. You're gonna slap your leg, drop to the ground, put your hand on your knee, and then you're gonna sit back like this and kind of drop your head, almost like a secondary bow. Then you're gonna bring it up, chop. You're gonna grab the case, the sheath, and you're gonna pop up into a low double knee bent stance.
Well, I usually have my thumb like this. Wait, so it's confusing with the strings like here.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just grab it like you're grabbing your sword, and then you're just gonna go here.
So like this.
In terms of your sheath facing, your sheath is upside down and his is going this way and his is going this way.
Yeah.
Which one should it be?
In terms of the curve?
Yes.
Sharp part up.
Okay.
Because then that's how you get the draw cut going.
Yes, and also having his face like this, that dulls the sword.
Yeah, and you'll slice your leg open. So, go ahead from there. Take your left leg. You're gonna pop up low, close stance like that. You're gonna pull the sword. You're gonna pull the sheath out, not the sword. Yeah. So hold on to the sheath so you don't accidentally like do that. Sheath. Turn sideways. Bring the sheath back. Turn, and that's its own move. You're gonna go draw cut. Boom.
Wait, you're facing back. Wait. You were facing one way and his is facing the other way again. You both did it the same way for the last minute. You both flip-flop. Your sword was facing the opposite way again of his, and then whenever he did it, it actually threw it off.
Okay, I'm gonna mirror you because it'll be easier for both of us, I think. So after you go here, boom, turn, bring it back. You're gonna turn outwards. So let's see.
So the sharp part of the blade should be facing out.
Yes, like that. And then do the opening that we have normally. Draw, and then keep going.